All right, how we doing, everybody? It's Chase. So we're gonna cover Atom. This is one of my long-term bags, so I just keep an eye on it. I also trade it, and as you know, we'll go basically from where we were in the last video. So in the last video, we were trading this SR flip. Let's just break this down. Let's go to a lower time frame. Not necessarily going to do a full recap of what we talked about last video. I don't think it's necessary, but basically, we had this key level in the middle here. We saw it as resistance, and then, flipped to support for a bit, and then flipped to resistance all in here. So we knew this was a major level. When it flipped in here, got long, I was targeting these triple highs, okay? Now we actually we didn't run those highs, right, like I was expecting. But if you follow me and you know how I operate, you'll see in all my threads and whatnot, if price gets, 85 to 90% of the way towards my target, I'm most likely, if I'm at the computer, I'm most likely just going to take profit. That's good enough for me, okay? I'm not willing to risk, 80%, 90% of the move. I got in somewhere around here. I think it was like 21.4. So I'm not willing to risk, whatever it's going to be, 90% of this move right here for the last 10% or so. So I took that profit when it got up here somewhere around, I think it was like 24.1 or 24.2, something of that nature. As it was creeping towards these triple highs, I took my profit. Okay, so moving forward, hopefully, everyone was able to catch that one, and let's see what we have on the horizon. So right now, obviously, we came up, we deviated above this previous resistance level. We flipped it to support for a bit, and we broke down. Now it's serving as resistance again. So we need to mark out some levels here and see where our next buying opportunity would be. First thing I like to do, just check where the liquidity is. I see we have a lot of obvious liquidity below all these lows, and we also have not necessarily untested support here because obviously it's been tested in the past. But since we've popped off this level, it hasn't been tested again, and a lot of liquidity has been built up above it, okay? So we can see all these lows that are resting. I would expect to bounce from here. So this would probably be the first trade I take, some type of a long in here, stop below, playing for the bounce, okay? Not necessarily looking for, new highs or anything like that. Obviously, it depends how it goes. It could be a new high opportunity, right? But obviously what I'm going to do is when it gets to this area, I'm going to see what type of response we're getting. Maybe we're going to get something like, a push into here, and we sweep. Let's mark out this low real quick. So say we sweep all these lows, right? Let's make this bold so we can see it. Say we sweep all these lows, okay? Something like that. Maybe you put in some type of a bullish divergence, right? You make a low. Then you make a lower low, but you look at your RSI and it's doing something like this. It's putting in a low and then a higher low, okay? So at that point, you have a bullish divergence right there and it pops off of that. So that's usually one of the things I like to look for into support. That's always a possibility. Or you can always look for the run of the level, and the reclaim is usually an opportunity as well. We've talked about that, stop below where the deviation was, okay? So that's a possible opportunity. Now, looking lower, if the overall markets happen to be pulling back, obviously we've seen a bit of a pullback on BTC and ETH recently, and if things do get uglier, obviously we have to look lower. And I think a clear, obvious level, if we were looking a lot lower, say if BTC was to push, towards 50K, and alts were to really start selling off, then I could see this low as being a target for sure. Okay, so this is our support level right here. We could see we come up, form a resistance, we consolidate all in here, and that's what brings this up move right here. Okay, so this is the consolidation that led to this move. Comes back, it retests it basically perfectly. That was a great long. I don't think it was super on my radar at that time, so I did not participate in that one, but that just goes to show how clean the levels are sometimes, right? So if it came all the way down and it went into here, it's obviously a long on the sweep of this low, and that's probably a long that you hold towards new highs, or buying a spot bag towards new highs. That would be my plan. Okay, and obviously towards the upside here, if we can get back above this level, I'd be interested to see how we interact with this consolidation, because this was sort of the breakdown. But if we happen to come up and we can push into here, maybe we get rejected, maybe we sweep, something like that, some type of sweep, come back up, flip this into support, and I'd say we're most likely going for the highs, either new highs or at least towards 26.30 here, and that could also be a type of a trade that you would get right there as the price comes into here and it flips this. One of these typical things that we talk about, get long towards the highs. Okay, so hopefully that is a helpful video on ATOM here. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.